Ever feel like you're stuck in traffic? But on like the blockchain superhighway,
Oh, yeah.
waiting for transactions to go through, watching those Rook gas fees climb.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, the Ethereum's scalability issues are, well, they're no secret. But what if I told you there's a whole new network of roads, so to speak, like actually being built right now, designed to supercharge Ethereum?
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
That's what we're diving into today, Optimism's Superchain.
Yeah, I've heard some buzz about this. It's an intriguing development, that's for sure. I mean, we've seen layer 2 solutions trying to, work around Ethereum's limitations for a while now, but Superchain, it seems like they're proposing something quite different. A whole network of like interconnected L2s, and it's all powered by this OP stack.
Okay, so break that down for me like I'm 5, maybe?
Yeah.
Because I get the frustration with like Ethereum's traffic jams, right? And I've heard whispers about these layer 2 bypasses. But what makes Superchain so special? Is it really more than just another off-ramp?
Okay, think of it this way. Imagine those existing L2s, right? Like each one is a separate toll road,
Okay.
each with its own, set of rules, its own payment system.
Yeah.
And yeah, they might get you to your destination faster, maybe, but you're going to hit a wall if you need to switch roads midway through.
Yeah.
Superchain, they're trying to change that, I think. Creating a seamless network, all these roads, they're interconnected.
Okay, so instead of these like isolated routes, it's more like a network of highways all kind of working
That's the
together.
idea, yeah.
That sounds promising, but I have to admit the tech behind it, it still feels a bit like a mystery to me. Like what even is this OP stack and how does it like actually make this interconnection happen?
The OP stack, well, it's kind of like the magic behind the curtain. It's an open source framework. Basically, it's a set of tools, I guess you could say, that allows developers to build their own, custom layer 2 blockchains. But they're all designed to be compatible with each other. And importantly, they all operate within the superchain ecosystem.
So it's like giving developers the blueprints, right? So they can build their own like specialized lanes, but within this larger superchain network.
Yeah, like that.
That sounds incredibly powerful.
Exactly. Yeah, and the real beauty of it is that these lanes, they're not isolated. Let's say you need to move from, a high-speed DeFi lane over to like an NFT marketplace lane.
Right.
Superchain, it wants to make that transition smooth, seamless, ideally.
Now that's what I call interoperability. Okay, but I have to ask, with all these custom lanes, all these interconnected roads, how do we make sure everything runs smoothly, securely even? Doesn't adding all this like complexity increase the risk of, I don't know, something going wrong?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a really good point. And that's where Superchain's approach to security comes in. I think it's pretty clever, actually. They're not like building a whole new security infrastructure, from scratch.
Oh, right.
Get this, they're tapping into the existing security of Ethereum itself. Through this mechanism, it's called restaking.
Okay, I've heard of like staking, but restaking, that's a new one for me. What makes it so secure?
So in simple terms, validators, these are the people who, stake their ETH to secure the Ethereum network, right?
Right.
Well, they can like simultaneously use that same staked ETH to secure Superchain.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, imagine the most experienced like security team, right?
Yeah.
They're guarding both the main city and this, intricate network of highways all at the same time.
So it's about leveraging Ethereum's existing security infrastructure, which has been, battle tested,
Yeah.
for this new network of interconnected chains.
It's-
That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
But how does this, you called it double duty security, how does that actually benefit like me as a user? So it like, I don't know, adds like an extra layer of assurance or something
Yeah.
by tying superchain security to, well, Ethereum system.
Which is well established.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So as a user, I can like feel more confident knowing that my, transactions and assets, they're protected by like the same mechanisms as Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. It's leveraging that existing trust and the security of Ethereum, right, to kind of like bootstrap this new layer of, well, innovation,
Right.
which is, it's pretty elegant when you think about it. But I kind of want to shift gears for a second and talk about, what this actually means for the everyday user.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's one thing to talk about like interconnected chains, right?
Yeah.
Faster transactions, all that. But how does Superchain like translate into, like real tangible benefits for someone like interacting with, decentralized applications?
That's the $1 million question, right?
Right.
because we all want that like seamless user experience.
Mm-hmm.
But blockchain, I mean, with its various wallets and the fees, it can feel like, I don't know, navigating a maze sometimes.
I know.
So what does a superchain powered future actually look like for like, I don't know, let's say someone who uses DeFi platforms a lot?
Okay, so imagine this. You want to, let's say, swap tokens
Yeah.
across two different decentralized exchanges to
Right.
take advantage of like a price difference, arbitrage.
Right, right.
So currently that process, it can be pretty cumbersome.
Yeah.
You might need to like withdraw your tokens from one exchange, first of all,
Yeah.
pay a gas fee, obviously,
Okay.
then move them to another exchange, pay another fee.
Right.
It's a clunky process.
Not to mention, like potential price slippage while you're like hopping between platforms.
Exactly. But with Superchain, the vision is like to streamline that, a whole thing. Imagine you can just like move your assets between these different DeFi platforms seamlessly with, ideally minimal fees and like near instantaneous transactions.
Wow.
It could like revolutionize really how we think about, decentralized finance.
So Superchain is acting as this kind of like universal connector. So all these different platforms can like talk to each other more, I don't know, efficiently.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's a game changer for like DeFi users for sure.
Yeah.
What about like other areas though, like gaming? Because I know blockchain gaming is like getting better, but I haven't really like wrapped my head around it.
Yeah, it's definitely still early days, but Superchain could be, I think, really, really huge for gaming. Imagine a world where like your in-game assets, like those rare swords or like unique skins, whatever. They're not just like stuck in one game.
Right.
Superchain, the interoperability, it could let you like transfer those assets between different games even.
Oh, wow.
Which would create this whole new level of like ownership
Sure.
and flexibility.
So instead of your like digital items being like stuck in one game,
Yeah.
right, they become more like, I don't know, digital assets that you actually own.
Yeah.
That you can like use across different gaming like ecosystems.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes this whole metaverse concept, it makes it feel a lot more like tangible.
Right. And it's not even just about like owning the assets themselves, right? It's about like the potential for, like completely new gaming experiences that leverage this interconnectivity.
I can already see the headlines. Superchain powers cross-platform quests, like NFT asset trading in metaverse games.
Yeah, there you go. It's an exciting prospect for sure. And then there's, the whole world of NFTs too. Imagine artists, creators, right?
Yeah.
Having this platform where they can, mint, sell, trade their NFTs, but with like way lower fees and like much faster transaction speeds than what we have now on Ethereum's mainnet. Superchain is just like opens up, a world of possibilities for like creators, especially the ones who, maybe they were priced out before by those like crazy high gas fees.
It's about like democratizing access in a way to these technologies and making it like easier for anyone to, participate in this like new creative economy. But okay, with all these like different applications running on Superchain, right? Is there a risk that it like becomes just as congested as the Ethereum mainnet?
Yeah, that's a big question.
Like how does Superchain handle like scaling in the long run?
That's where like the beauty of the modular design comes in, because Superchain is designed to be like of interconnected chains, so it can basically scale horizontally.
Okay.
So as more users come on board, more applications, whatever, new chains can just be like added to the network to kind of distribute the load, make sure those transactions stay fast and affordable.
So it's designed to like grow and adapt as the like ecosystem expands.
It's the plan, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But like, what about, I don't know, the elephant in the room?
Okay, yeah, what's that?
We've talked about all these like different chains within Superchain, right? What happens when I need to use, I don't know, like a DeFi platform on one chain and then like an NFT marketplace on another?
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going.
Does that mean I need to like juggle multiple tokens just to like pay gas fees?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That would be a pain.
Right.
That's where Superchain's universal gas marketplace comes in.
Okay.
It's like the idea is to really, simplify the user experience, they
Right.
want to have a single token,
Okay.
the OMNI token.
Oh, I meant I took it.
And you can use that to pay for gas fees
Mhm.
across all the different layer 2 chains
Yeah.
within the whole Superchain ecosystem.
So it's like having, I don't know, one universal passport that lets you, like, travel to all the different countries
Yeah.
within the, like, Superchain network or something.
Right, exactly.
No more exchanging currencies at every border.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like incredibly user-friendly, but how does this, like, OMNI token, how does it actually work? Like,
Yeah.
where does it even come from?
It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a common thread maybe, connecting all these different chains.
Okay.
The specifics, I'm not sure they're like totally worked out yet.
Right.
But the vision is to create, like a system where users can, just seamlessly acquire and then like use OMNI tokens across the whole Superchain ecosystem. So it doesn't really matter which like specific L2 they're using.
Right.
It's all like interconnected,
Right.
And that could be like a major step, honestly, towards much more, user-friendly and frictionless blockchain experience, I think.
It sounds like it. I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
that's huge for mass adoption.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because we've covered a lot of ground here. From like the, technical stuff, the OP stack,
Mm-hmm.
to like the bigger implications, right, for like DeFi and gaming, NFTs, all that.
It's a lot.
But before we wrap up, I kind of want to like bring it back to our listeners,
Okay, yeah, good idea.
So let's say like I'm someone who's hearing about Superchain like for the first time, right? And I'm like feeling pretty excited about it, all these possibilities.
Yeah.
Why should I care? Like how could this, I don't know, how could this actually impact my like digital life?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Ultimately, Superchain, like whether it's successful or not, it depends on whether it can like really deliver tangible benefits
Yeah.
to, users, like you were saying.
Right.
So if Superchain can deliver on its promises, right, it could mean like faster transactions, obviously, cheaper transactions, hopefully, and just overall like a much more user-friendly way to interact with, all these like decentralized applications.
Right.
Imagine like a future. We're sending a payment or like treating a digital asset or whatever. It's as easy as like sending a text.
Right.
That's the kind of like experience. That's Superchain. That's what they're going for.
It's about like breaking down those like barriers to entry.
Yeah.
That might have, kept people away from blockchain stuff.
For
Right?
sure, yeah.
Like no more, crazy gas fees or like complicated wallet setups.
Right, exactly.
Like a smooth, intuitive user experience.
That's the dream.
Yeah. And I mean, like by making it easier for like developers too, right? To like build stuff.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Superchain could like unleash, I don't know,
Yeah.
this like wave of new innovation in the whole like decentralized space.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
like we could see all these new applications
Yeah,
that we can't even like imagine yet.
exactly, yeah.
It's exciting to think about for sure. I feel like, I don't know, we're at this like turning point or something.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Superchain, it has the potential, right, to
Yeah.
just like totally reshape the blockchain landscape as we
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
It can make everything more, interconnected,
Yeah.
efficient,
Mm.
user-friendly, which is like huge.
Huge, for sure.
So if you're, listening to this and you're like into the future of, I don't know, the decentralized internet, all that,
Right.
Superchain is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think that's a good takeaway.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.